Hi there, this is Shane Shah, happiness coach, speaker, and trainer with Happy Life Habits, positively impacting people's happiness and well-being levels. I just shot this, shooting this short video to do with exams and results. This month, many people, students have received their A-level and GCSE results, and tomorrow in England and I believe in Wales, they will be getting their A-level results and GCSEs next week. So a big time for many students with regards to anxiety, worry, celebration, and all of those things, and what the future holds. So, a couple of thoughts and things regarding exams and results. One quote I remember hearing or reading is, in school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. So that's a thought to take away. I remember when I got my A-level results, I thought I'd flunked my physics exam paper. And on the day when I opened up my results and saw that I'd got the grade I needed to go to university, I was screaming my head off. But really, I had thought I'd flunked that. And also when at university, I remember in my finals, there was an exam which was 2-3 hours long. I had left the exam room after 1 hour. I did what I couldn't do anymore. I just didn't know the stuff and knew this was, a paper that hadn't gone well. And sometimes, life is like that. Sometimes the tests and exams and papers will work out for you. Sometimes they won't. The main thing is, the meaning we give to those things and how we pick ourselves up and keep moving. So those are some of the thoughts there. It's an interesting one where tomorrow, the A-level results come out, and my son will be getting his A-level results and also be turning 18. So it's one where it could be a double celebration or it could be a bittersweet one. But what's been interesting this year is it's the first time he's given a big set of exams because due to the pandemic and COVID, his batch were the first ones not to sit the GCSEs. They prepped and were all ready, and come Easter time, they were told they won't be sitting the exams, so they haven't had that exam experience there. But what I've really, so they haven't had that experience. So this is the first ones during the pandemic actually sitting the exams. And what they've got is a double challenge. Obviously, there's the COVID and the learning and the impact of that. Then there is universities asking for higher grades than normal. Due to so many people getting good grades over the last 2 years, and also the exam board saying they're going to be more stricter on their marking. So they're getting double whammied with higher grades being asked for and stricter marking. So a challenging time in that way. But what I'm really proud of and have seen is my son is taking on responsibility for his learning and for his education. He's done the past papers. He's done his research for the exams and for university. Seeked assistance from teachers and peers when necessary. Putting the time and the effort for his learning, and done the best he can do. And that's what we've encouraged him to do. Give it your best. Do what you can, and then whatever the result is, a result, and we're happy and we're fine with it. So that was the message of invest your time in the process, in the method, and then whatever the result is, the result. And this reminds me of an analogy I've been hearing quite recently with some coaching I've been taking part in, of an archer and a bow and arrow, where the archer is focused on the target. So we're focused on our goals and what we want to hit and what our outcome, but we're not attached to those. What we do is we become aware of what the goal and the target is. We look at it. We're aware where it is, but what we can control is us holding the bow nice and steady and firm with our hand, putting the arrow on cleanly, pulling the string back, getting that tension, using our eyes to line up to the target, and then letting go. So we can invest our time and energy and effort in those processes, in that method, but as soon as we let go of the arrow, it's not in our hands whether it hits the target or not. So the outcome's not in our hands, but the things leading up to the outcome we can influence, and that's where we can put our focus and energy. And this is also resonates with And those who are familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, I think Krishna and Arjun, Krishna being the god in the chariot of Arjun, the warrior, where Krishna says, it's your duty to, do this battle. All you need to do is, draw your arrows, and where they hit, leave it to me, leave it in my hands. So similar thoughts and thinking there. One of the things that we did do recently is, before the results, we've sat down and we've just done a decision tree or a flow chart, if you want to call it that. The computer science in me came out to help him create this flow chart to say, if he gets the grades and the offer for he wants to go, what are the things he needs to do, and if he doesn't, what are the options he has, and drawing that decision tree out and mapping out on their phone numbers for clearing, for alternate courses and so forth, and other options, I think has been a useful exercise to then bring forth when the results do come, and where emotions could be running all over the place, where that logical proactive thinking has been done to help navigate the steps and the options that we can do. So planning and decision making being done, or decision planning being done earlier. So those were some of the thoughts and things there. The other thing really is, for students, the message for you is, stay calm, breathe, do some planning, consider all the different options you have, and focus what you can control. These exams do not define you. They're just one aspect of your whole character, of your whole personality, that being tested at a moment in time, but they do not define you. For parents, support and encourage your kids, and remember the Einstein quote about everyone being a genius. And if a fish is asked to climb a tree, it would spend its or measured on its ability to climb a tree, it would spend its whole life thinking it was stupid. So remembering that we all have genius and talents which are unique to us, we all have strengths, and that's what we need to bring forth into the world. And some of them may be academic, some of them may be physical, some of them may be social, emotional, whole variety, and we want to be a whole-rounded person, but remember where our strengths are, and to focus on those strengths and live from those strengths. And teachers, really big, and educators, really big thank you for the work you do in encouraging, supporting, and inspiring people with their learning. So those were just some of the thoughts I'd like to share in regards to exams and results, and best of luck for everyone who is facing any sort of test. And remember, lifelong learning, continuously learn, continuously adapt, and continuously grow in yourself.